to the Punters Show and the home of the Cicada.
Planes.
And the planes and everything else, and the mariachi band's about to come past.
I got on a Jetstar plane last night, honestly.
You want the key to Jetstar? You want the key to Jetstar, is there? Get there an hour and a half, hour and 3/4 early, because I get there early all the time, but I like that. Get there early, and you put a big smile on your face, you go, oh, hello, love, I'd like to be here early, and they go, would you like to go into the seat where you say people?
Yeah, the extra row. Yeah, it doesn't suit me, the extra row.
You get the big one.
I'm trying to do work.
Yeah, but
doesn't suit me.
You got more room.
No, you have to put all your bags up the top and.
Yeah, but you could take.
No, I don't. No, I don't like the extra.
I love when they say, "Are you prepared to save people?" I go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Can you fucking imagine me? I'd pull the exit down. I'd kick everyone in the head. I'd run straight to the end of the wing and go, "Help! Help!" Fuck! Imagine me trying to save anyone. I don't think so.
So where did you go? Where have you been?
I went to Brisbane on Saturday night. Big hello to John Walter. Get on the plane. The poor bugger's going, "What are you doing on this plane?"
I was okay. He was at the races.
Yeah. No, it's the jewel. Oh, there you go. The team's flying to Brisbane. Beautiful. Anyway, all right, okay.
The plane went down. Half the team killed on.
Yeah,
we great for the show.
Yeah.
A lot of publicity.
Yeah, if you and Walter were killed, that'd be fantastic for the show going forward.
Oh yeah, I mean, imagine the sympathy votes we'd get. You know, like people would just buy mounting our mail sympathy.
Straight to number one.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Manchester United when they. We are Marshall.
I'm coming off 5 meetings in a row, so I am shagged. I won't have much to say today.
Nothing? But you did say you had one thing to say.
Oh, that's in part 2.
That's in part 2. All right, okay, we'll save it for then. I suppose before we get into it, the general news again, the race times proved a debacle again. Going good.
I haven't thought about that. I'm wondering if they're trying to get Sydney on board and brush the others.
Well, unfortunately, the more I've thought about it, and I think, I like the idea of the half-hour gap between races to get it rolling, but that's good on Friday night when you've got Sydney and Melbourne, when you go 15-15, bingo. The sport is a national sport, so even if they do that, okay, and Sydney goes 15, Melbourne goes 15, somewhere down the chain, whether that's Adelaide, Brisbane or something else, suffers.
Yeah, they will have to suffer, but I'm thinking that Victoria's Grand Master plan is actually fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
To go, we're first grade. You guys, don't get the same TV space as us. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we're just going to try and run this show ourselves. Have 15-minute gaps between Sydney and Melbourne, 30 apart, and bad luck.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I'm just saying. I think that's the idea.
Yeah, I think that could well be right, but. Whatever, I think the better the industry as a whole is, the better it's going to be for everyone. I mean, people in Adelaide who want to watch their Adelaide races also bet in Sydney and Melbourne as well too. They're part of their customer base.
I'm not saying it's a far-sighted strategy.
No.
I'm thinking it's not just
these
Victoria.
are our premiums and everyone else fall in and bad luck. Barrier Reef theory, Mark. Barrier Reef. When the Barrier Reef starts going, it's a sign the world's about to go because it's the most fragile ecosystem.
That's a good thought, B. Baker.
But who brought that up?
I did.
Is the Barrier Reef going, is it?
Barrier Reef, haven't you seen coral bleaching and...
Yeah, it's like the ozone, who believes in that crap?
Well, we're cheering for it.
I know that.
The canary in the mine, Glenn. You know how they do, they take the canary down in the mine and when
the gas?
Yeah, because the canary's first to go. So Barrier Reef first to go on Earth.
Right, so extend your analogy to the case at hand.
Well, if the weakest ones start falling first, it would be a sign that...
Oh, because you're taking this back to the race time.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm with you now.
So if the weak fall, then it's the first sign that the strong will fall too.
Oh, it's imploding, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
Is it going to keep going? Is it going to keep going to this?
Yes. Because Victoria have a self-confidence about them that they won't back down. They're arrogant.
Yeah, because you've got to remember the Victorian, a lot of the Victorians who are probably making these decisions and watching it, they're just watching racing.com and they'll be thinking how wonderful this is. The half an hour between it.
Well, also there's a lot of disaffection for Sky and Tab and we want to take our industry back, sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's all right, and that makes sense. Racing.com every half an hour. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's really. So if Racing.com is so great and they're so happy with that, Sky's going to continue then to bump Melbourne to Sky Racing 2.
Yeah, well...
Why don't they just put Melbourne on Sky Racing 2?
So do I.
All the time.
But then again too, then that's counterproductive to them, who Sky Channel's master owner is the Tab, and the Tab, if they do that, will lose turnover on Melbourne Racing as well too.
And is Melbourne, I assume, is the number one turnover?
I believe, well, it's definitely number 1 on Betfair. I'm not sure. I suppose it's just depending on what day it is. I can't answer that off the top of my head.
I was in a toy shop the other day. Remember I was in a toy shop and wanted to buy the cheap money, this is years ago?
Yeah.
There was also the Rubik's Cube there. You know there's a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
Which I could never ever do.
No.
And there's a new one out. So you remember the old 3x3x3? There's one that's 4x4x4. It's got
Wow.
60. Can you imagine doing it? I just looked at it and I started crying and ran out of the shop. I never even got close to getting one side on the 9x9x9.
No, I'll tell you how you did that. You just removed the stickers.
Well, how does anyone do 4x4x4? But like,
Remove the stickers.
Because I know how, like, you know, when you're doing like quaddies and trifectas,
Yeah.
you throw a couple more of the big 6, so you got
Yeah.
4,000 combinations. A couple more, you got 68,000
Yeah.
combinations. Yeah, 4x4. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you can solve the 4x4 Rubik's Cube,
Stickers. Just remove the stickers and put them.
you can't do it that way, now.
Well,
That's like Sudoku. I just chuck numbers in everywhere.
All right, okay, so just
I gotta get quick I was. People go, fucking wow.
getting back to the race times, right? But what about the fact that Sydney fucks Melbourne by racing at Easter time? Because Easter moves around.
yeah.
Right, we've got a very early Easter this year. That's completely fucking with Melbourne's autumn carnival.
Yeah.
Why don't they have Easter?
No, they
I know what you mean.
their
Become
big
It's
day.
become a Muslim state.
Their big day is the second Saturday in March every year.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right.
So, and
But our Easter is a month earlier than it can be this year.
Right.
And because Massara's junked the metric Easter and gone
Right.
back to let's have the
Randwick.
championships at Easter,
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
okay.
heaps earlier
Yeah.
this year.
That's right. So it all suffers it up. You know that might change though. In our break, and I think BZ might have done a story on it. It might have been in his first week or something.
You're a busy boy.
I saw a little snippet that what's the Pope Benedict? He's the head
Francis.
of Pope Francis, whatever he is, and the head of the other Church of England, the head of the other one, and the head of the other one. They've actually met to discuss, and obviously this is through Peter Volandi's and John Mazzara's work. They've all met to discuss of fixing Easter to a fixed date, being second or I think it was either the first or second Saturday in April, and Easter will be a fixed date, not follow the phases of the moon.
I don't
Wow.
mean, I don't mean to sound really stupid. Why can Easter be a month difference sometimes?
It follows
Because
the phases of the moon.
based on the moon. So it's like Easter is the
I don't know that is.
Sunday after the first full moon, after the spring in the northern hemisphere.
I never knew
equinox.
this.
Spring equinox, yeah. Yeah, so that follows the phases of the moon.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what you do is you find the first full moon after March the 22nd,
Yeah.
and Easter's the week after.
I never knew
So
that.
yeah, so
I don't know,
the theory being
why
that
haven't I been taught this at school? I went to a Catholic school.
well the
Doesn't
theory
matter.
the
You
theory
just,
being is
just
that
told when Easter is. You know.
you get told you get a 6 week warning when it's Pancake Tuesday and then
right,
Ash
that's
Wednesday,
right. You've had
and then you
your-
get told there will be no eating meat on a Friday. Jeez, my sister and I used to love that when my mum was alive. Just make sure.
think I have
My
seen-
sister's a vegan and she almost wanted to eat red meat on
I
Friday
have-
just to piss my
Just
mother off.
like,
I have-
didn't the people that make fish fingers have some hand in this? Well, obviously the fishmongers way back,
Yeah.
but
Did I even tell the Easter Hat Parade story on the show? I think I did, didn't I?
Next surprise for no.
yeah, I think.
I think I have, yeah.
What's this
Years
one, mate?
ago. It's been on the show
You got-
6 years.
Yeah, I know. Okay, go.
Well, I went to Forestville Primary,
Yeah.
cute little school,
Yeah.
and across the road is the most magnificent, no, not magnificent, it's a big long shopping centre.
Yeah.
And you go down this side, like, it's like, you know,
Mm.
and then the shopping, and then we used to have like an Easter Hat Parade at school, in primary school, and everyone in the school would just march down the right side, do a U-E, and then come back up, and like 300 yards this way,
Yeah.
100-yard U-turn, 300 yards, and everybody from the suburbs would be in the middle, right at the Easter Hat Parade. And I was really, God, I love Mum, she was an absolute champion, but she used to fucking give it to me on this day. Anyway, I go to Mum, 2 weeks out, oh, it's the Easter Hat Parade. She goes, oh yeah. And, oh yeah, but anyway, you get to school that day. Kids would have Ferris wheels on their heads, and fish tanks and blah, blah, blah. And every year, Mum would go to fucking Easter Hat Parade. She'd stop at the newsagent and she'd buy one piece of cardboard, please. And she'd cut it down the middle like that. She'd pull it round and staple it, plonk it on my head. And me and my little brother every year have this just bit of cardboard on our head with our little ears bleeding. And we had crew cuts, and they just go, oh, pull it, get to the back of the queue. And we just march along. And kids would have these hats, and everyone would go, yeah, and then they see me there, they go, ah! And I have all this bad drama from
Do you
Easter Hat
think
Parade Day.
that might that could be a key point to send some scars in your head.
Might be.
That are
Anyway,
It was like this. This is my
so for the Easter edition of the show this year, Glenn's going to recreate his
we'll do a hat parade.
Easter bonnet.
Okay.
They used to put me at the end of the queue, and everyone laughed at me. It was fucking awful.
All right. So yeah. Well, I thought. Will they announce? I think because it's still a trial. I don't think it's locked in for this week. I think they announced Tuesday-ish or something like that last week that they're going to do it. Let's hope. It's just.
I reckon they'll
go again.
They'll go through to Australian Newmarket Day.
Email us in, would you, if you didn't know about that was the week after the moon. I can't believe I didn't know that. Because that sounds pretty important. I suppose every year when it's Easter, it's because it's Easter racing and it's champion. Like every year, I'm just so excited. Good horses are coming back. I mean, the way Melbourne's going, we're 6 years off Blue Diamond being on the same day as Golden Slipper. Well, I push it back.
Well, one of the
conjunction.
One of the tweets here I'll read out from Davies. He said, "Shithouse performance and Racing Victoria. Both features were compromised. Let's do no gaps next week and just run the 9 races at once." We've got split screen technology. You know, one corner there, race 1, race 2, race 3. Yeah, you could get 9 across.
You're right for a 9-way all up. Your eyes when you go home.
Just on an aside, of course, this is a national body sort of issue because we don't really have a national body. We've got the ARB.
Do you reckon? It's pretty obvious now, isn't it?
We've got the ARB whose office. Have you seen where the ARB, Australian Racing Board's office is?
Yeah,
It's in Racing New South Wales.
Yeah,
It's at Druitt Street.
Yeah.
You know, like so you go up there to see the stewards or whatever.
Out at Warwick Farm, there's this crew and they can sit in that traffic every day on the M5.
Back to reality, yeah.
Back to reality. What are we doing in Pitt Street or Druitt Street?
I don't know, but I think it needs have they had the refit yet, pal?
Oh, well, they've actually. How long's the original on the TRB? I think they've had 4 different digs, haven't they?
They started at Roby Street in Mascot.
Yeah, and then they went to Rosebery, and then they went there, and all state-of-the-art stuff. So yeah.
Anyway, speaking of the Australian Racing Board, there was a familiar name popped up the other day when I was reading this article from the States. Andrew Harding.
Andrew Harding, yeah.
Where do you think Andrew Harding is now? Andrew Harding was he's a very nice man, but he was the chief of the ARB.
The name rings a bell.
Back when they were trying to rub Betfair out. And they had that forum at Randwick. And
he was
nice man.
Yeah.
But he's got a big gig in Hong Kong.
In racing?
Like Hong Kong integrity.
Oh, okay. Really? Okay.
So there's the jobs for everyone in the racing industry if you are not like us.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
And talking about, is Good Friday the day? Is that the Saturday?
That's Jimmy's bad day.
You're talking about Good Friday coming up another day of mourning this Wednesday. We know Betfair just right out there. And
Wednesday free Betfair.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might.
Canterbury Betfair.
I think it's going to. I reckon it's going to be.
If you want to bring a cross out of the track and some nails, hang me up on it. I'll crucify myself over it. What will I do all day?
About equivalent.
You will find an opportunity. That's what you do.
I still like the fair there. I love the fair.
Well, you might come at you. What happens if
you'll be cooking up all sorts of
little tricks?
What about if you actually have the best day you've had for a while and then you come back ban the fair? Burn the fair. Tournaments, Glenn, you were in it for a long way. What happened?
Yeah, I was in it for a long way. Just talking about the tournaments, I spoke to Todd and Jake at Top Better. So we really need more emails for this Cow of the Week and Cock of the Week.
Cock of the Week.
We haven't had anyone.
No.
So they're going to put 2,500 into your account for the best email of the week. You can't be fair in that. I've spoken to them about it. What are you laughing at, Dallas?
2,500?
2,500.
I thought they said 25,000.
2,500 better bucks.
No, they're putting 25 real money, 2,500 into your account for the best that I pick out the best compliment. I spoke to them. It's guaranteed. You get it emailed in. Go to Top. What are you laughing at, Dal?
Yeah.
Didn't you know about this?
No, I didn't, Glenn. No.
Yeah. You've done a great job. It's a great job there.
Great job. All you got to send an email. If I pick it, 2,500 goes straight to your Top Better. You can bet whatever way you like with it. Cash.
Yeah.
Dallas keeps laughing because he doesn't know. I do other deals at Top Better you don't know about. I spoke to Todd, I spoke to Jake. They're all very happy about it.
Okay.
And talking about the tournament, fantastic again. Only cost $5,500 to enter and I finished and I got 196,000, which was great. 196,000 when I make out with that.
196,000.
Yeah, I went to make out. Because the game's become such dollars and cents, the last 48 hours, I've now reverted everything in my life to cents.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm doing it.
Oh,
So the decimal currency turned 50 yesterday, and you've gone.
I've gone back to cents.
We'll just move.
I'll give you an
just
example.
move the decimal point.
I'll give you an example. I had a good day on Saturday. I won just a tick under $1 million. It's fantastic.
Oh man,
fantastic. Went out to dinner that night. There were 6 of us. I picked up the bill. The bill Chinese was 45,000.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is I got a cab from Coogee Bay Road up to the joint. Showed on the meter 1910. I give the bloke a redback. Hello, love you. I give the bloke a redback. I said, keep the change. He went, thanks a lot. I said, that is 2,000. So mind you go.
So you've gone to Bart's.
I've gone to cents. Well, the game's become so nickel and dimey. I've now done everything in cents.
Everything's in cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 450,000 out of Winks.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
That's why you can get 2,500.
wasn't it?
That's why I guaranteed you get 2,500 in your account.
What about the fair late on the 2 picks in the main race?
Why are you learning that?
No.
You're just trying to work out the math of it.
No. Avoid that.
It's just grand.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. We just can't get there. What happened?
Well, Winks was $1.78. Solicit was $7 at post time.
At post time. I did get 450,000 out of Winks at $1.55.
Well
done. So I was very happy about it. Even G'd up on the radio, coming back with me now at $1.55 because my money was sitting there in the little glasses. And I got a good result out of that. And that paid for the $45,000 Chinese bill.
Yeah, but it was unlayable on the track.
Well,
Blue Bet was $1.70 and no takers.
I really did have the feeling going into it. It'd be like, I suppose, like a Catkins, like those sort of things. It's $1.50 all week, $1.50 all week, and then the track, the boys line up and go bang, 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 and it's $1.30. I thought that's where it would end up. I was surprised to see it.
Through Barrier 1, Del.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's you just don't want to be taking those sorts of chances on that.
I got to say, $1.70 seems a pretty fair price.
Yeah.
It's an easy horse to kind of price. $2's on if you like it, and $1.60 if you hate it.
Well, especially when there's.
That's why all my tens and hundreds of thousands in there. $1.55.
Yeah.
You know what my new sense?
Sense.
It's a bit like Kramer. I was watching Kramer the other day, and he didn't like the idea of winding the clocks back, so he stayed on his time.
Yeah.
So everywhere he went, he'd go, oh! Then it was 8. It's 9. Oh, yeah. So I'm going the other way. You should have seen me in the first one. I was trying to back that thing yesterday, Dashing Bella Replace. 2 blokes set up 380. I asked them both for 80,000 on it. It's got a lot of, I'm telling you, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah, just change things up.
Change it. Well,
we need a change.
That's like I'm talking about.
It's a little bit less severe than your change than you hope.
The top end account. I'm sure they'll put 2,500 cents into someone's account for a good email.
Actually, I don't think they're allowed to, because you're not allowed to deposit up to. They've really tightened the laws on what you can do from a corporate point of view.
What about all these other corporates offer? Put 400 in, you get.
No, that's all gone now. It's gone. It's totally gone in New South Wales, and I think there's a couple of states that might be, but anything like that.
Don't worry about top end. If you put in a good email and you come to the track, I'll give you 2,500.
That's right. Yeah. So you'll just give 25.
I'll give 2,500. Yeah. 2,500.
2,500. Sorry.
We're working in cents now.
Yeah.
Want to get my stuff on the weekend? 3,300.
3,300. Yes, right. So you'll almost reimburse them for getting your stuff.
There it is.
And if you come to the track, you'll give them your stuff for free too.
For free.
So that's what 2,500 plus 3,300.
Maybe you want to go
58.
Maybe you want to go spend 450 and buy me a Coke. But
yeah,
I've really changed everything around.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't believe my fucking gas bill's 13,000.
All right.
It's a grass, isn't it? Dashing Miller, 80,000 a place. Huh? Is that the Pendlebury? What are you talking about? I mean 800, but anyway, let's keep moving.
Mark, in your article, which is online, what's it cost? What is it? Weekend Wisdom is what it's called. Great article that'll be online Monday mornings. You can read before the show, and we'll talk about it a bit on the show. Suggesting wind was a factor, and also obviously Barrier 1 wasn't as ideal as it can be. Barrier 1's maybe more of a true position now when you get more room to be able to use it.
Yeah, well, but the other thing is that the prevailing nor'easter, which is a summer wind,
yep.
It was regulation 30 k's at Randwick.
Yep.
We're not actually over there at the side.
No, it's.
Right?
I was actually thinking that when you wrote it.
We just forget about the wind.
You do.
Yeah. But I mean, our good man and PuntersShow friend G Clark has never let up about it. And it's such a vast expanse, and it happens at Flemington as well, where you've got those giant plains of racecourses.
Yeah.
The wind is a factor, and
massive.
So if you imagine Randwick is like that, so the nor'easter is coming, it was whipping up, and horses along the side here that are on the fence are just getting buffeted. And the horse outside it is getting all the cover.
So can I ask you a question, and just what are your thoughts? I watched the tape this morning. Huey on Kangaroo Joy, he had a perfect spot behind the red colours of that ran out of his skin. If he pulls to the left, does he not win the race?
Well, I couldn't work out why he wasn't pulling to the left, but the horse was under pressure and running in. So that horse got a chink, Kangaroo Joy. It was perfectly set up to win the race, but it couldn't bring itself to the outside.
Okay, so it was more that.
So because I don't know if you noticed at Randwick on Saturday, but all we saw was head-ons.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
The screens.
Can I just have a whinge about this? I mean, this is actually the screen coverage at Randwick is beyond a joke. Now, we probably go on a little bit more about it than you should and extend it and and change the currency and all that. But I don't think this is being an over-exaggeration to say now that we've been in that newsstand for what, 2 years is it or thereabouts? I don't know what the figure is, but it's millions of dollars on the screens there.
Yeah, very expensive.
For not
screens.
one meeting have they worked for the entirety of those screens. You have the clocks that count down the race that stop, and that almost stuffed us the week before trying to watch the parade. The flux often go in Arabic from left to right, right to left. On Saturday the flux board wasn't even working. And the flux board for itself is actually an awful thing to try to look at because they sort of just take things down and do that. Sometimes that race is on the right timing, the other time it's on 5-second delay, which is great when you're watching it on course and hearing it. If you spent that amount of money on a system and it hasn't worked in its entirety once, which I don't think is an over-exaggeration, and that's probably being fair to it, it's just again ruining the on-course experience, and you think, well, why would I bother? If you didn't have to.
Definitely marring the on-course experience.
Oh, it's, and then on Saturday it was a total stuff up that, as you said, Mark, most of the screens were showing the head-on all the way down the straight.
Well, the screens
and the replay channel
that were in real time, there's plenty of screens showing Sky Channel, which is a few seconds behind. But the real-time screen that I normally watch was I'm going, wow, this is a new shot. It's head on. So in the fillies race, the light fingers, Kangaroo Joy is beautifully positioned, but then when he puts her under pressure, she just runs in.
She just ran in. She didn't dive that way.
No. Although,
but what I'm saying is, if the horse could have had the option going left, if it goes left, it holds up her by a stride and gets a bit of wind cover.
Ground.
But do you reckon Huey looked a little bit like that? And Huey is probably the best rider fighting the lanes. Do you think that Huey might not have seen over the last few weeks or few meetings that they are overdoing it, and then cutting up on the inside is the best way to stay in the lane? It's if you go wide, you get pushed outside it. Because he was very happy to stay inside on Winks. He was very happy to stay inside on that. And what else did he ride?
He rode the blower in the first, prized icon. He rode Defrost My Heart beautifully in the second.
How did it win?
Kangaroo Joy there.
Well, better than that. How did it get beaten? A length and a quarter.
Yeah.
Raced up to a neck, going to it, after the suck, and then the old one just went, oh, Springbok, it's just flying.
It's flying. Dry tracks.
And Mark, you made the point about Chris Waller and his record in the 2500 metre or 2200 metre plus races.
Yeah.
Have you heard this stat, Glenn? Chris Waller.
Wallace trained half the staying race winners, right? And you think, okay, they've all been 260 or whatever they have. Springbok Fly started $9, Villanova started $10, Loophole started $13.
I got an unpaid at home for Loving Home for $9.
$9? There you go.
Yeah. But his record, but is he 5 from 7 from the 2200 metre plus races?
And then there's been 7 distance races.
It's so funny how I've been a touch anti-Waller to these lots of nominations and races. But you can handle it well. I get on the right side of him most of the time. I don't know what it is. Just when you go, you get big stables and like Gay, it's certainly Gay, and I couldn't go the right way there if you put a gun to my head. Waller to me is easier to read. The bigger the failure, the trial sense, the more you can put on. The big eyes.
Well, isn't the trial sense something to behold?
Trial sense for him is enormous.
For anyone.
Loving Home beating 34.6 lengths, trial sense. Heavy to good. It'll win. I did the form one, I've gone down top. Someone said, why not?
But even Pam Webber picked up the trick.
Yeah.
Well, she had to, I think.
She had to, but mind you, well, there was a perfect example of Waller there. There was that Waller. You know that Waller thing I love the place that broke down.
Miss Royale, that she's dead now.
And better we are all for it.
Oh, here goes Twitter. There it is. G. Pollitt.
It's just a horse I can't win with. So no good to me. I laid $1.11.
Big hello to all the horse lovers on Twitter that are going to give us
the owners of Miss Royal.
Yeah,
well, she broke a leg, so she's got to be put down. That's unfortunate. But she was 28 days off, going up in distance, no trial, easy to oppose, and then you saw her from the parade.
He's a Waller lover now.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Waller.
You just mentioned Gay there. Some news that came in on the radio on the way in. Mark Newnham is leaving Gays.
Kidding?
No, he wants to go out and train. So I don't know what the full story is.
And then of course there's a story about her getting into partnership with somebody.
I only saw that. I didn't read into that. What was that?
What about going to Hong Kong? You know what I mean? Oh, but the dogs are barking.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying whispers.
Yeah. Okay.
You love that stuff. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll have to ask a certain person about that.
Well, M. Newman's left, eh?
Apparently, something came out. A release came out this morning. More on it later today.
Yeah,
so.
he wants to have a go himself.
Yeah.
Do a good job.
Yeah.
Do a good job.
Anyway, Winks. What do we say about Winx?
Terrific horse. Star.
Yeah.
Did the job. You said wind affected and did what most horses couldn't do on the weekend.
Well, just have a look where Barrier 1 finished all day, will you? Right, Sprite did, a reasonable job in the first.
No, not really. Never ever. It was a 5 to 1 chance, and never ever at any stage more than a 50 chance. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Took and Chew finished third last. Pearls finished second last. Baz's Boy was an 1800 metre slog finish. He just whacked away there. He ran fourth and he didn't get beaten far. Then Forget ran second last. I suppose he probably had to. Moral Victory ran third last.
That was awful.
Right. Then Winks carries the Barrier 1 and wins. And then Slightly Sweet runs fourth last.
Yep.
And just could not win.
Didn't go.
And then Warjet, he just went, well, I've drawn Barrier 1. I'm just going to give up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big stats, mate.
Well, it wasn't a great place to
So
be.
she's done it. I haven't seen the numbers. What would you say the time? About a 3 or 4 lengths above run?
Yeah.
What you'd expect?
And he didn't sort of knock her around too much.
He didn't touch her at all.
There was.
Thank you for the head-on replay. Yeah, you could just see that he.
Yeah, he was. We've got bigger fish to fry, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
she did. But can I just cut in there in saying that she might have been winded? She looked like she was in the right zone though, as far as the tempo goes and everything.
Yeah. I mean, there were.
Rocky tells that too, because it sat in a bad spot and ran third.
Yeah,
getting up inside.
Yeah, so they were the horses in the right zone as far as tempo goes.
But 2 decent horses in the race.
Yeah.
So what's going to bring her unstuck? Weather?
No, but she handles the weather. Oh, but she's getting bigger now, though. That's the thing. That's Glenn. That's a fair point with these horses.
That's a fair point, but I think she's easily the best horse in Australia. Who's a better horse?
No, she's the best horse in Australia. So what's the program? Obviously, Queen Elizabeth. What's before then?
Well, imagine Chipping Northern next, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, so
which is run at Randwick because it.
Chipping Northern's at Randwick, yes. That's in 2 weeks' time. The 2 weeks, and then there'd be a race 2 weeks before. Would it be the Ranvid or something like that that she'd run in?
So you're saying she doesn't like win the Chipping Northern and then freshen her up back to the 1500 Rose Hill with carrying the big wave? No,
it'd probably go. I don't know.
What's that race?
No, Rose Hill's
the Coolmore Classic. No,
the Coolmore is lost forever because the Queen of the Turf has just taken over. Coolmore is just. Yeah. It's just going to be it's just another mare's race.
Because you got to remember, he did Cox played it with what 14, 16. Oh no, 15, 16 miles. 13, 16 miles. 13, 16, 2000. Yeah, that's the Cox plate.
Well, that'd be the aim.
You know what to say? What brings her undone? Previously, before the Cox plate, Vince and I were saying that her yet to be proven was dealing with fast pace and being able to sprint.
Yeah.
I think a horse that has a powerful sprint like her that gets her out of trouble. And the thing that could have brought her undone was not being able to do that on a fast pace. But she showed in the Cox plate she can do that on a fast pace. So that turn of foot that she's got is her get out of jail free card. Like she might be back and stuffed and whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
But turn of foot doesn't necessarily work when you get wet tracks.
Maybe not.
It works on some wet tracks. Doesn't work on all. You know what I mean? It's a dicey thing.
It is like that.
But until proven, she's there was a theory she's better on the wet. Until proven,
well, that'll be interesting because that will.
Yeah, but that was when she was. Glenn, that was when she was a little coat hanger of a thing, and she's now no longer a little coat hanger. Yeah, so that's...
The days of First Seal bashing her up are long distant memories.
Well, it's a different horse. She's a different
talking
horse.
about First Seal, can we get away from the track work?
The track gallop?
The track
I've
gallop.
never seen better work than that, Glenn.
Oh, it's just torture.
So the stablemate is the 3-year-old filly.
An Esther. And I look, you know, it's only a minor thing, but if you're going to have a course proper gallop, it should be a fair income gallop, wasn't it? Because there was 2 lots of gallops there that they've gone 3/4 pace.
Can't they spend $500 and have like a wet t-shirt competition instead? Have something that's interesting.
All right, but if you're a trainer, you're pitching up to the race club saying, let me work on the course proper.
Yeah.
Because they can't just work on the course proper whenever they like.
Okay, well then work on the course proper, but please don't have Darren Flindell in the background or whoever talking about what look at these two, and people are running to windows, and it's just torture.
Yeah, running to windows to watch a horse. Like there were 55 horses that went around to the barrier faster than those horses ran on Saturday.
Yeah, okay, look, whatever. I think the real problem with exhibition gallops is that there needs to be, and I hate saying this, should and needs, the race club or Racing New Wales needs to have a block of exhibition gallops. So you're going, okay, this horse is resuming. I've got the trial for it. I wonder if it's had any gallops, and you go to the exhibition gallop blog to check to see if this horse has gallops.
Yeah.
I don't know how it makes today any better.
Big money paraded much better, Glenn.
Yeah, I bumped at second pick in my
As
tips.
we spoke about in the previous show, we said that I mentioned that this horse had the capacity to improve out of sight. We looked at it at the yard,
my comment was
and
that
it did.
It improved 5 lengths, so it was a terrific result for me at $10. And there was no sicker thing on a racecourse for me cheering, go Robert at the 200.
Yeah, he found the right track.
Well, he actually rode it out too, which was great compared to some of the rides during the week when you just pull your hair out. And I don't know how I don't even want to comment on it. But that's how Robert rides. Really heels in, kicking the horse. Great ride.
Perfect spot.
And if it makes you feel any sick, Robert, I want about 600,000 on the race.
Well, there's an interesting case where the horse has had 2 runs back in Sydney, right?
Yep.
He's just like, it's cherry ripe.
Yeah.
He was cherry ripe on the parade.
Cherry ripe.
Because he looked terrible first
Oh,
up.
he looked
He
awful.
improved second up and no good.
But he still looked awful.
It was a different horse there Saturday. Third up. Ready to go. With a chinky favourite and a horse.
And another chinky horse, Boss Lane, who...
1,000 to 1,200. And General Leaf, 680 on the fair. Basically the fair saying, this horse can't win.
Yeah. And ridden that way.
Nothing better than laying 440 General Leaf and watching the fair.
Yeah. You don't even need to buy back when it first felt like that.
I don't even want to tell you how, when it came into 440, I raced out to Sandro and had 2 to 520 at 480 and came back and put 800 in against it at 410 and got taken. It was just ecstasy.
You mean 80,000?
80,000?
Yeah.
What have I said? I'm acting like I'm getting $8 out of
Yeah.
something. But it was Greyhouse.
Yeah.
I got it in at 410, took 480, and then all of a sudden I went, wow, this is not in the race. Big money's going to win.
Became that. What do we say about Richard Nuff?
Chinky.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go.
Jury out. I think the
Gave itself
Couldn't have
up.
done any better, could he?
Gave itself up.
I think you're right.
Chased a leader that like it was a testing effort for a first up
Yeah,
horse.
I think you're right, and I don't know if he, apart from a bit of natural
I'll
improvement.
bet you an even 10,000 that never wins another race.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And even for
I get
$100
evens
about
about
it.
it. Thanks.
That's a good bet for you, isn't it?
Like, let's say it might only have 1 preparation in it, right?
Well, it might have 2. You're getting evens the rest of its life.
What about if it comes back and goes? What about if it goes up and
Darwin,
which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you might have hit the nail on the head. It went as good as it can go. Now it's not going to recapture its startling best where it was firing.
Well, what is that? That's early season 3-year-old.
Oh, it did.
It went well.
Yeah.
And so that will propel it to win a race of this type, won't it?
Yeah. There's a couple of these races around, isn't there?
Yeah.
Races the same field again.
Who was that shitty moody horse that got away with one of these races last year?
Yeah.
The Melbourne horse that just put itself in the right spot one day at Rosehill.
Yeah, I know.
I expect you to remember all that stuff.
That's your job. Sultry fielding wasn't a great in the yard,
No, it
Glenn.
wasn't great in the yard. It did a
It
really
was a
good
day
job.
that a few of them that weren't great in the yard actually won.
Wow, she
Which
pinged
ones?
late.
That Perignon
Perignon wasn't great.
and the thing in the won the championship. No, whatever the race is, the Swivet or whatever.
Sure, it was right.
The highway.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Sultry feeling really found the line there.
Yeah.
But also Peeping might have been outside the lane. Like, you know, it was all too, Sam was sort of like, he needed to wait a bit longer, I thought. You know, he peeled out and then he was too wide.
Could have been.
Outside the lane.
Could have been, yeah, it's a fair point. Fair point. So what are we saying about that? We mentioned Perignon, any...
It'll improve, but, you know, I don't want to back Ryan second or third up.
Wasn't that, like, that's a perfect race for Perignon, so...
Well, how's it won?
Yeah. Well, it's one because Kangaroo Joy is...
Yeah, but not like that. Kangaroo Joe went back to the inside, but not only that, the Cummings horse is going to win the race. It's playing ping pong with big fat Harlem River.
Yeah, look, Temmy Knight had a difficult assignment.
Temmy Knight would have won if Harlem River didn't bash into it.
Yeah.
And then Kangaroo Joe
was just there to pick up the pieces.
Well, it's had to win. Yeah. It's a fucking millions chance of 1-1.
Yep.
It picked up the pieces.
The old 2,000 metre back to 1,600 metre
especially when
play.
you don't get the 2,000, especially when you're a little bit suspect in you. It's a great setup for it.
And especially when you've got an O'Shea horse.
In the run, you want to be on one horse.
Oh, I know.
And when you've got an O'Shea horse, again, with a month off, I think it just reminded me so much of Medcourt when you stopped and thought about it. You know, Medcourt was going to win. This was going to win too, but it just gets that last little bit and just can't.
Knock
I
out
think
punch.
there's a few things happening there. Certainly the most important thing is what you said, but it's also, it's Allegria, isn't it? It didn't surprise me that those two, there's a combination came into play there that prevented it from winning, which was time off and the horse it is.
Tell Perignon, Glenn, 2-year-olds, they 1 and 2 just said pick me from the yard, and the rest of them said leave me out.
They did
Well,
say
the
let
betting
me out.
just said.
And the betting said I want to be on one horse, and it paraded the best.
Yep.
It did the job, and James rode it with just...
And they've run terrible figures, which is actually not a slight on the window.
James just rode it like I'm on a moral here.
Yeah.
All my punters are on, everybody that connected him is on, and I'm going to sit back last year and do the
I'm
job.
not sure if the tennis player was on.
I didn't say he was one of his punters. You're saying that.
Is that the end of part one?
That's the end of part
Oh,
one.
that's part one.